How many eggs can you safely eat per day? A doctor explains the real science. Have you ever stood in your kitchen holding a carton of eggs and quietly asked yourself, is it okay if I eat these every day? You're not alone. Some people say one egg is the limit, others swear by two. And then there are people, maybe even someone you know, who eat 4, 6, or more eggs a day and claim they've never felt better. So why is one of the simplest foods on earth surrounded by so much fear, debate, and confusion? Today, we're going to clear that up. By the end of this video, you'll know how many eggs you can safely eat per day, why past advice about eggs was deeply flawed, and how to adjust your intake based on your age, metabolism, and health goals, not outdated headlines. And yes, some of what you're about to hear may surprise you. Why egg advice has been so confusing. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Much of the fear around eggs came from nutrition studies done decades ago, mostly in the 1960s through the 1980s. These studies had a major problem. They didn't isolate eggs. Eggs were studied alongside bacon, pancakes, sugary syrup, processed oils, and refined bread. The entire breakfast plate was blamed, and eggs were declared guilty by association. Modern nutrition science works very differently. Today's studies are more controlled, more precise, and far more honest about separating foods. And when researchers isolate eggs, a clear pattern emerges. For most people, eggs are not harmful. In fact, they're one of the most nutrient-dense and metabolically supportive foods available. But before we talk numbers, there's one more issue we need to address. The egg label illusion, what really matters. Walk down any grocery store egg aisle and you'll see labels everywhere. Cage-free, free-range, natural, vegetarian-fed, omega-3. Most shoppers assume these words guarantee quality. Unfortunately, many of them don't. Cage-free simply means hens aren't in cages, often still crowded indoors. Free-range may mean access to a very small outdoor area. Vegetarian-fed sounds healthy, but chickens naturally eat insects and worms. Natural has no real scientific definition. The label that actually matters, pasture-raised, ideally combined with organic. Pasture-raised hens roam outdoors, eat a natural diet, and produce eggs that consistently test higher in vitamin A and E, omega-3 fatty acids, choline, selenium and zinc, lutein and zeaxanthin, natural vitamin K2. Nutritionally speaking, a pasture-raised egg is almost a different food. Why eggs are a nutritional powerhouse. One egg contains complete, high-quality protein, healthy fats, fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, B vitamins for energy metabolism, minerals that support immunity and hormone balance. But here's the real secret: bioavailability. The nutrients in eggs are absorbed and used by your body extremely efficiently. That's why eggs outperform many supplements. Eggs are also one of the richest natural sources of choline, a nutrient essential for memory and focus, mood regulation, liver fat metabolism, nervous system communication. Most adults don't get enough choline. Eggs help close that gap naturally. The only vitamin eggs don't contain is vitamin C, which is why eggs pair perfectly with vegetables. The cholesterol myth finally explained simply. Let's talk about cholesterol. Yes, eggs contain dietary cholesterol, but here's what most people were never told. Your liver produces about 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol every single day. When you eat cholesterol, your liver makes less. When you eat less cholesterol, your liver makes more. This feedback system keeps cholesterol levels relatively stable in most people. Modern research consistently shows that dietary cholesterol does not significantly raise blood cholesterol for the majority of adults. What does raise harmful LDL cholesterol? Excess sugar, refined carbohydrates, chronic inflammation, oxidized vegetable oils, long-term stress. Cholesterol itself is not the villain. Your body uses it to build cell membranes, make hormones, produce vitamin D, create bile for digestion, repair damaged tissue. Blaming cholesterol for heart disease is like blaming firefighters for fires. So how many eggs can you safely eat per day? Now we get to the real question. For most healthy adults, research consistently shows that up to 3 eggs per day is not only safe, it's often beneficial. But context matters. Let's break it down. Healthy adults. 2 to 3 eggs per day is a smart, nutrient-dense baseline. Some people comfortably eat 4 without issues, especially on a whole foods diet. Older adults, 50 plus. Age-related muscle loss is a real concern. Eggs provide easy-to-digest, high-quality protein. 2 to 3 eggs per day can help preserve muscle and strength. Athletes or highly active individuals, your body is constantly rebuilding. 3 to 6 eggs per day can support muscle repair and recovery when paired with whole foods. People with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Eggs contain virtually 0 carbohydrates and don't spike blood sugar. Start with 1 to 2 eggs per day and increase slowly if the rest of your diet is low in refined carbs. People with high cholesterol. For most, 1 to 2 eggs per day does not increase heart risk. The bigger priority is reducing sugar, processed foods, and inflammation. Children and teens. Growing bodies need nutrient density. 1 egg per day is an excellent foundation. More may be appropriate for active kids. Yes, there are people, especially in low-carb or keto communities, who eat 6 or more eggs daily and thrive. Their success usually comes from removing the real problem foods, sugar, refined oils, and ultra-processed snacks. Who should be more cautious? Eggs are generally safe, but caution is reasonable if you have a confirmed egg allergy, have a rare genetic cholesterol disorder, have difficulty digesting fats, such as after gallbladder removal, or are highly sensitive to histamines. If this applies to you, start with 1 egg per day and increase slowly under medical guidance. The healthiest ways to cook eggs. How you cook eggs matters. Best methods: soft-boiled, hard-boiled, poached, over-easy, or gently scrambled on low heat. Use butter, olive oil, or avocado oil. Low to moderate heat. Avoid burning or browning eggs, cooking in vegetable or seed oils, overcooking yolks until gray. A healthy yolk should be soft and golden, not dry or crumbly. A simple daily egg strategy. Weight loss: 2 to 3 eggs with vegetables. Muscle support: 3 to 5 eggs with whole food carbs. Brain focus: 2 to 3 eggs with healthy fats like avocado. Seniors: 1 to 2 eggs with greens. Simple, affordable, effective. Final thoughts. Eggs were never the enemy. They were misunderstood, misrepresented, and blamed for problems caused by an entirely different diet. For most people, eggs are not just safe, they're one of the most powerful tools for better nutrition, energy, and long-term health. The key isn't fear. The key is context, quality, and balance. If this video helped you see eggs differently, let us know in the comments. How many eggs do you eat per day? And how do you feel? And if you want more clear, science-backed health guidance like this, subscribe to the channel.